Magnus had to be extremely careful. King and queen were both stuck in the center of it, looking very vulnerable. Magnus captured a pawn. Tesh challenged him with a possible discovered attack on the queen. Magnus accepted the
Okay, I guess we can start now. I hope I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, so we will be discussing about the previous year questions, and so that we are going to understand the concept and revise the concept. Okay, so in the previous session, that is on Monday's session, we have discussed few questions based on week 1, 2, and some previous year question as well. So today we'll discuss one more question.
Sir, your voice is echoing.
Sorry,
Voice is echoing. Echo is
voice.
there.
Voice is not clear, sir.
Uh, is that fine now?
Sir, now it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is good. So we'll be discussing the previous year question. Okay. And through that, we'll try to understand the concept because anyway, entire city course we can understand with the help of examples. Okay. So let me share my screen. I hope everyone is solving the mock test, right? So we have released the mock test on Monday. So please try to attempt the mock test. And if you have any question in the Saturday session, we'll be discussing the uh, mock test question if you have any doubt. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I have solved the same mock test, so I have doubts regarding that. So it will be after this or
Yeah.
uh,
If you have doubt, we can discuss after this session. Okay. At the
okay,
last.
sir.
No worries. Yeah. Let me go through this question first. Then whatever the questions you have, you can ask. Okay. If you are solving previous year question, if you have doubt in that also, we can ask. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Great. So if you see, syllabus is week 1 to 4, but most of the question, if you look at the previous year question, is mostly from week 3 and 4. Okay. So because anyway, the concept what we have covered in week 1, 2 is applicable in week 3, 4. So that's it, right? You can see the question pattern here. So there will be 12 question, 12 or 13 question and for 50 marks. Okay. So this is the paper pattern for the qualifier or quiz one. Around 12 questions, 13 questions will be there for 50 marks. Okay. Okay. Great. So, so let's try to solve this question first. Okay. So I hope this screen is visible, right? Whatever I'm writing, sharing.
Sir,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
visible.
Okay. Great. So here we have let X and Y be the two rows
It's
in the
visible.
scores table. Yes. Okay. We call X and Y partially matching if student X and Y are either from same city or have same total marks or both. See, many students what they do, they didn't read the statement carefully. What we are saying, what is partially matching here? Student X and Y, if they have, if they belong to same city or have same total marks or both. Okay, so it's not like that either same city or just total marks. So both, right? So read the statement carefully. So let partial match XY be a procedure to find whether X and Y are matching. Choose the correct implementation of the procedure partial match. So generally, what we need to do in this particular question. So what this partial match is doing, basically it is finding out the pair of a student such that they are from same city, have same total mark or both. Okay, so we have just two conditions here, same city and same total mark or both. Let's see which of the following options satisfy this particular requirement. Okay, so if we go with the option number A, yes, anyone can tell me, is this correct?
Sir, it's not correct.
Sir, the
Also,
option A, if A and B represents what, sir? Line.
Okay.
Sir,
Sir,
in
it's
option A,
valid
what
for
is the
and condition only,
line
not
9
for or.
represent?
Line 9, yeah, correct. So you can see we have two variable A and B initialized to false. If city town equals to y dot city town, then we are updating A to true. If x dot total equals to y dot total, then we are updating B to true. So what we want, both the condition must satisfied or either one of the condition must satisfied here. So what we are doing here, if A and B, okay, so here A and B is there. What if total is not equal? In that case, B will be false only. So A and false, sorry, true and false will give a false. So anyway, this is not going to satisfy our requirement. If we want to find out the pair of a student who has who belong to same city and same total mark, in that case option A will be correct, right? So this will be a true for same city and same total marks. Then only this particular option can be correct. Okay. Okay. I hope this is clear. What about option number B?
सर इसमें एंड वाली कंडीशन फुलफिल नहीं होगी
Why?
क्योंकि और में
Sir, it's correct.
यस इट्स करेक्ट गॉट इट
Even true or true is basically true only, right?
यस सर
Yeah. So both condition will get satisfied. Either A is true,
Sir,
then again it will return true. Or B is true, again it will return true. Or both the conditions are true, again this will return true. Yes, any doubt? And the rest of the
sir,
code
I'm
is
not
same.
asking about the and or condition. I'm asking if in the line 9, if they give if A and then they close the bracket, what does A represent? A or true or false? If
Okay,
they
so
give
if
alone A or B,
so see
I'm asking that if
like this, right?
yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
What
So
does A
whatever the
should
value of
represent? True or
yeah.
false?
Now, whatever the value of A will be at that point of time, that we have to consider. So in this case here, if A is true, so if true, that's it. We have to go for if statement. If the value of A is false, then condition is false, so we don't have to go for if statement here, like that. So whatever the value of A will be there, that we have to consider. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, so context is
Okay.
A and B both should be true.
Either A should be true or B should be true or both should be true, right? That is what our requirement is, and this is satisfying our requirement. So
Yeah.
option B is correct here. What about option number C? So if we have MSQ type of question, then yeah, it's MSQ, I guess. Yeah. So one more than one option can also be correct. It's not like that in MSQ more than one option will be correct. Either one or more than one. Okay. It's not that
Sir, so first one was right, na?
yeah, option B is correct. What about C?
C is
Is
also
this correct? C is also correct. So how we are doing here? What we are doing here?
Since not
Here we have A0, B0. Okay. If they
No, sir,
belong
it's
from
not correct.
same city, we're updating A equals to 1. If they have same total marks, we're updating B equals to 1. And now here we have A plus B equals to 1.
No, it should be 2. A plus B.
No, it should not be true. If it is 2, then still it is correct.
Yeah. No, I am telling that it
no,
should be
sir.
2. 2. 2 numbers, sir.
Yeah. So this, if condition is there, it means what? A plus B equals to 1. So 0 plus 1 or 1 plus 0. So either A is true or B is true. But if both the conditions are true, in that case, it will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. So that will not get considered. So our requirement is what? Same city as well as same total marks, sorry, same city or same total marks or both. So here both condition will not get satisfied. Okay. If those both students belong to same city and total, in that case, this will fail, right? So we are not going to return true for that. So that's why option C is not correct. Is this okay? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
If we say A plus B equals to 2, this will be correct only when if two students belong to same city and the same total marks. Okay, this is what this condition will be there. Okay, so this will represent what? Same city or same total marks, but not both, right? So please read the condition. We can simply change the condition and this option can be correct. This will represent what? Same city and total marks. Okay, same city and same total marks. What about option number D?
Correct.
This is
Correct,
correct,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. So what is the condition here? A plus B greater than or equals to 1. Either it should be equals to 1 or greater than 1. So greater than 1 means what? If both conditions are true, then the value of A plus B will be 2. In that case, this condition will get satisfied. If any one of the condition is true, then A plus B will be equals to 1. Again, this condition gets satisfied. If none of the condition is true, in that case, 0 plus 0 will be 0 and this condition will become false. Right? So option D is also correct here. So option B and D are the correct here. Anyone, any doubt here how option D is correct?
So what's about A? Option A.
Option A will give us same city and same total marks. We have an AND operator here, right? Not satisfying our requirement.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. Let's discuss question number 2 here. Okay. Read the question and tell me the correct answer here. So what Q will represent? Tell me.
Sir, option A.
Option A. Let's see. Okay. So pseudocode executed using the shopping bills data set. So if you observe in none of the question, you don't like data is not required. Actual data is not required. The only templates will be given to you. Okay. So if you understand the code, then you can solve all the question. That's it, right? So we are not referring to any data set in entire session, and still we are able to solve all the question. That means what? If you have practiced it enough, then you don't you don't require to refer to a data set also because we already know what is there in the data set. That's it, right? So assume that the variable average t holds the average total bill amount. Okay. So if you remember the shopping bill data set, we have items, we have a category, and we have a bill amount for each item, and then we have a total bill amount. And this average t represent what? Average total bill amount. Okay. What will Q represent at the end of execution? So P0, Q0, while table 1 has more rows, okay. Read the first row X in table 1, okay. Then if X dot total bill is less than or equals to average, then we are incrementing the value of P. So tell me what P will represent first. What P represent?
Number of bills with amount less than average, less than or equal to average.
Number of bills.
Total
With
amount
having
Less than or
less than or
equal
equals
to the
average.
average amount.
yeah, having total amount less than or equals to average amount, right? That's it. That is what P is here. But here we have else statement here, right? So if this condition is false, then only we are going for else statement. Otherwise, we are not going to go for else statement here. Now, when this condition will become false, when the total bill amount is greater than average amount, average total, right? in this case only, this entire condition will become false, and we will go to else statement here. Now tell me what Q will represent.
The
Number
Q
of bills
represents
from Big Bazaar or SB store which has total bill amount greater than
greater than
average total.
average total.
So we will go to else block only when total bill amount is greater than average amount, and after that we are checking. So here we are entering the else block with the condition total bill amount greater than average amount, and then we are again applying the condition here. If shop name is equals to Big Bazaar or SV store, then only we are incrementing the value of Q here. Right? So Q will be what? Number of bills having total bill amount greater than average total, and the shop name is Big Bazaar or SV store. So let's see which option is correct here now. You can see number of
A
bills from Big Bazaar SV store that will with total bill amount greater than the average total bill amount. Yes. Lesser, no. Number of bills either from, no. Number of bills either from with total bill amount lesser, no. That's it, right? So you can easily eliminate this option by looking at this particular keyword like that. Okay. So option A is correct here, right? So I hope everyone understood this particular question. Any doubt here, anyone?
No, sir.
Right? So what if we mention Q before, or let's say for example here, right? So that will represent what before if statement. So number of bills having average amount greater than average total, right? Okay. What if we instead of this one we'll write the else block here, and I will specify Q equals to Q plus 1 here. Now tell me what Q will represent. Okay, so I am writing else block here after if, and we are saying Q equals to Q plus 1. Now tell me what Q will represent.
Amounts of other stores.
From Big Bazaar and a few stores, which have average total bill amount greater than average.
Yeah. So we can say number of bills from the stores other than Big Bazaar and SV store having total bill amount greater than average amount, right? So other than Big Bazaar and SV store both, because if any one of the condition is true, this will get executed, right? So both condition must be false. So other than SV store and Big Bazaar here, then we are going to increment the value of SV, okay? So try to think in this manner. What happen if we change this condition? What if this Q is present before the if statement or after if statement? Okay. So try to think about those cases. Okay, great. Let's try to solve the question number 3 here. Library data set. A captures what? Number of fiction books that were published between 2000 and 2010, okay, including, and are written in the language other than English. So my language must be other than English, so not equals to English, right? And we want fiction book. Okay, so genre is basically what? Fiction here. So I have written down the requirement, right? We have 3 requirements here that will capture by the A. So here we have A equals to 0, while table 1 has more rows. Read the first row X. A equals to A plus do something X. Okay. Now here our requirement is A is basically a number. So output of this do something X will be what? It should be a number. Let's see, and it should satisfy our this particular requirement from here to here. Let's see the pseudocode here. What about option number A? Is this correct? Satisfying our requirement?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
It's true.
all are basically and right. So number of fiction book that are published and are written. So all conditions are necessary here. So here after, so greater than this one and less than this one, we want equal to sign here because we want to include both the years here, including this years, right? Then we are checking again genre equals to fiction. Okay. And again we are checking language not equal to English. Not equal. So we have different symbols here. This is basically not equal, less than, greater than is also not equal to sign, and this particular symbol is also not equal. So all three are a valid symbol for a not equal. Okay. Now, if all three conditions are true, then only we are saying b equals to 1. Is this correct? Yes, any question?
Yes, sir. A little question. The
Huh?
A plus, the line number 4 of the original question is a little bit confusing. Can you explain that and where this the B came from?
No, here we have initialized the variable b equals to 0, right? And line number 4, right?
Line number 4 of the question, not from the
Okay,
option, but for the
okay,
question.
this
A
one.
equals to
Okay.
do something.
B equals to G in 0 in the procedure.
So you can see we have initialized a with 0, and here we have a equals to a plus do something x, right? So the whatever value of this particular procedure for this particular row, that is going to get considered here, right? So it is returning either 0 or num or 1, right? Like that.
So the do something X, the X is basically the books, the number of
X is
books.
basically not number. No, X is basically it's the input of this entire data set, entire row, right? It's a
Okay.
record. Yeah. So for that particular row, in that particular row, what is year? So X dot year. Then what is a genre? That is fiction. X dot language, right? So X indicates the entire information in that particular row here. And here we have attributes, for example, year, genre, then we have a language. So X indicate row by row like that. Okay. Because when we go for a next loop, we will be reading the next row here. So that will be like this. Okay. So here, read the first row X in the table 1, then we're taking as input, and here we are taking this as an input and checking first, here satisfy the condition, yes. Then only we are entering the if statement here, again checking condition, fiction, yes. Again checking the condition for language, not equal to English, yes. Then only we are updating value of B to 1, and after
It
that
should be
we are
b
going to,
plus 1. B equals b plus 1.
why B plus 1?
Sir, total count increases now if first one, then after that.
See, we are calling this procedure for this particular row. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
even if
Got
you
it.
say b equals to b plus 1, still the value of b will be 1 only, right?
Yes, sir.
Because
Got it.
we are not going for again a while loop here. We don't have a while loop here. Here we have a while loop, but here we are calling the function again, right? For that particular row. So either b equals to b plus 1 will be correct because anyway b will not increment. It will be a 1. But anyway b equals to 1 is also correct here, not required. So it is
Okay, sir.
going to return b here. What is the value of b is 1? That is going to return here. So 0 plus 1 will be 1. Again, if we go, again satisfy the condition. So 1 plus 1 will be 2 like that. So option A is correct here, satisfying all our requirement. Anyone, any doubt in option number A?
Sir, what will happen if while is there?
Where?
Like while is given, if it is given, what will happen?
In the option.
In A option.
Yeah, see, we are taking one row as an input here, right? So we use while as a looping condition. If we want to go through one row, all the rows one by one, in that case, we are going for a while loop here like that. Even if we use a while loop here, so depends on what condition we're applying. For this particular data set, we don't have any item list or item category like in the case of shopping bills, right? So we are not going to iterate over a while loop here. Anyway, that will execute only once. But here we are not using a while loop, it is not required. Okay.
Okay, sir.
What about option number B? Is that correct? Is this correct?
No.
Why?
Or statement in
Or
first
is there?
if
Yeah.
condition.
So not satisfying our requirement. We want between 2000 and 2010. So not satisfying the requirement. What about C?
Or is there?
Again, or condition, not satisfying the requirement. Yes. What about D?
It is correct.
Yeah. So all three conditions we have mentioned in the if statement directly using the and clause. So that's b equals to 1. So this is also correct. So basically, if we are doing like this, so if b equals to 1 means what? This will execute only when all the three conditions are true, right? All the if conditions are true, then only we are reaching this particular b. Here, what we are doing in only one if statement, we are putting all the three conditions. Okay, so basically both are the same thing here, like that. Okay, so we use this type of condition when we don't have any other requirement, right? We use this type of thing when we have some other requirement as well. Let's say, for example, I want to find out number of books that publish between these 2 years. That's it. Then what I can do in between this if statement, after if statement, I can just create any variable c equals to c plus 1 and c equals to 0, right? Or c equals to 1 here. So that c will represent what books here, right? So it depends, right? But if you don't have any other requirement, then basically both are the same condition here. Okay, like that. Okay. Yes, anyone, any doubt?
Yes. In most of the
Yes.
questions, when a range is given between x and y using the word between, it is not mentioned whether we have to include the boundary points or no. So, what is recommended here? Should we?
Between always includes those things, okay?
Okay,
Between A and B, yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. We'll specify like that, or if we say excluding this one, then we have to consider that. Otherwise, by default, it will include both the years, okay?
Okay, thank
So
you.
the option A and option D both are correct?
Yes, A and D are correct. Okay. It's MSQ question, so multiple options can be correct. Okay, let's go with question number 5 here. Okay, great. So executing on words data set, what count will represent? Count we have 0, flag is basically a true. Okay, then yeah, please be careful here, pay attention here, because many of the students have doubt in this particular case, right? We'll discuss that. So here we have count equals to 0, then we have flag equals to true. While table 1 has more rows, so we know in the word data set what we have, the word name, then we have a letter count, then we have part of speech, right? So we just have these three things, and along with the sequence a number, I guess. Yeah. So we have these 4 details in the words data set. So we are reading the first row, and what we are checking if count vowels. Now what is this count vowel? I don't know. So I will go to this particular procedure, what this count vowel is doing. Okay, let's see. This is taking this X as an input. So here, let's say, for example, Y as an input. Here we have I equals to 1, B equals to 0. While I is less than letter count, what we are doing, if ith letter of the word is a vowel, then we are incrementing B, right? Otherwise, we are going for a next letter here. So tell me what this procedure is doing. So here, as name
The
suggests,
number of
it is
vowels
easy.
in a word.
Yeah. So from this name, we can understand. But if we say do something, right, instead of count vowels, then again you need to go through this, right? So how this particular procedure is counting the vowels, let's discuss that first. Let's say, for example, I have this word, it was Monday morning, first sentence, right? It was Monday morning. After morning, we have a full stop. It, 2 letter count, 3, Monday 6, morning 7, right? So for the first word, it, if we call this particular procedure, I equals to 1, B 0, I 1, letter count is 2, first letter, ith means was what is the value of I is. Ith letter of the word is a vowel. So first letter is what? I here. Is I is a vowel? Yes, this is true. Then we are going to increment the value of B to what? 0 plus 1, that is 1. So then we increment the value of I to what? 1 plus 1 will be 2. Then we are going back. Here we are checking 2 less than equals to 2. Again, it is true. Then second letter of the word. Second letter of the word is what? T. T is a vowel.
No.
No, that condition becomes false. So we are not going to increment the B. When again increment the value of I, 2 plus 1 will be 3. Again go back to while condition here. 3 less than equals to 2. No, this condition is false. So we are going to exit the while loop and we are going to return the value of B, that is basically 1. So here the value of count vowels for the first word it is 1. So 1 not equal to letter count minus count vowel. So letter count minus count vowel. So 2 minus 1. Letter count is 2, vowel is 1. So this is basically 1. So 1 is not equals to 1. Is this true?
No.
No, sir.
No. So this is basically a false here, right? So for the 8, also 8 is not ending with a full stop. Again, condition is false. So we are not going to do anything here. You can see the indentation here. Then we are moving that X to table 2. Then go back to while loop, read the next row. Next row is basically what? Next word, that is basically was here, right? So data is not required. I am taking this example. Or you can remember this first sentence of the word data set, okay? So here we have was. Again, we are calling the function this one. Again, we are finding out how many vowels we have here. I hope everyone understand the working of this particular procedure. And the output is what? Again, 1 here. Again, 1 not equals to 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 will be 2. So 1 is not equals to 2. That is correct. Then we are setting flag equals to false. Okay, now flag is false. Again, not ending with full stop. Again, move that X to table 2. Again, go like that. So what we are doing here actually. Okay. So when this flag will set to false, tell me. Yes, anyone? When this flag will set to false?
If the word
When
end
the
with full stop.
no, sir, when the letter count minus the vowel count is not equal to the remaining count.
Consonant count,
Yes. So when
not
we say
equal to
letter
consonant.
count minus count vowel, so basically what we are going to get a consonant, right? Consonant count. So when the number of vowels is not equal to number of consonant, can we say like that?
So
Yeah. So if number of vowels is not equal to number of consonant, in that case flag will be false. Okay. So again, this is false here. The next word is Monday. So anyway, we have 6 minus vowel will be 2. So again, that will be true, false. Again, we have a morning, morning ending with full stop. Again, this will be true. Now, what happens in the case of morning? This will get true, right? Because ending with full stop. Now, if flag is, what's the value of flag? Yes, anyone?
True.
False.
The value of flag got updated, right? False. So in that case, this will be false. So we are not going to increment the value of count. We'll update the value of flag to true. And then we are going for a next word. Okay, that is basically next sentence here. So if you observe here, when this count will get increment, yes, anyone?
when the consonant sounds and the vowel sounds is not equal to, and then the sentence has ended.
Flag
No,
is
no,
false.
not if it's not
Equal,
equal, then
sir.
flag is false. No. See, count will
Equal.
get
They will get
increment.
equal then.
Equal, sir.
Vowel
If
count are
vowel
equal to
count,
consonant.
if vowel count and consonant sounds are equal, and the word ends with a full stop, then we will increment count.
Yeah. So here count will increment only when this if condition is true. If is true means what? When flag is true. The flag will become true initially here or after the end of the sentence here. That's it. Otherwise, flag will become false when the number of vowels and consonant are different. Okay. Now let's see what count will represent here. Number of sentences with equal number of vowels and consonant. Doesn't make any sense, right? Number of sentences with each word having equal number of vowels and consonant.
No.
What we can say about this? Is this correct?
So it's full sentence.
Yeah. So number of sentences we are counting because we are incrementing count only after ending with full stop here. Okay. So we are checking for sentences here. So number of sentences in which each word having equal number of equal number of vowels and consonant. If any sentence having any word in which counts, in which the number of vowels and consonant are not equal, in that case flag will become false. Doesn't matter if we have 10 search words or first 8 words, count vowels and consonant are same, but for the 9th word it is different, then flag will become false and it will not get increment here. So we are considering those sentences in which all the words having same number of consonant and the vowels here. So option B is correct here. Anyone, any doubt in this question? Different number of no?
Yes, sir, please. This procedure,
So
can you
could you
please explain it?
please repeat
Okay.
from like 7th?
7th line, okay.
Because sir, I'm not
The
getting the
procedure.
concept that if flag and this I got stuck here.
Okay. See, what we need to find out what count will represent. Now, this count will get increment only when if condition is true. Now, here we have if flag. So, whenever we have if, that is basically a condition only. If the condition is true, we are going to execute that one. Otherwise, we are not going to execute the if a block here, right?
So
Here,
sir,
flag
basically
is
it is if flag is equals to true.
yeah. If flag is equals to true, then only we are going to execute the value, execute this particular case.
The particular block.
Yeah. But
Okay,
here,
sir. Like the flag at the line 5, flag is false.
Mhm.
If that is not completed, the flag would be true, right?
Yes, yeah.
So in that case, we will enter this particular loop.
Yes. But
Okay.
here we have to check one more condition. Before that
Yeah.
also we have one if condition. If this is true, then only we are checking for this
Then
condition.
only we will enter this. Okay, sure, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So you can consider it was Monday morning. So for the word it, this is becoming this is not false because one is equals to not equals to one, not true. So we didn't update the value of flag to false. But again, also word is not ending with full stop. Then we go for a next word. Next is was here. Now this condition become a true. Then flag is set to false. And for the next word, Monday also same thing. But here, whenever the word ending with the full stop, this will get executed. Now, whenever you see this type of condition, word ending with full stop, and after that we are doing some operation, that is basically what we are dealing with something sentence here. Okay. So whenever word ending with full stop, so after that it will represent the sentence here. Okay. So you can remember this one. So when the word ending with full stop, then only we are going to check if flag. So it can be anything. It can be flag, it can be A, it can be B, it can be Z, anything. Whatever the value of variable is, that you have to consider here. Okay. If the value of
Okay,
flag
sir.
is false, if false will be there. If the value of flag is true, it will be true. Like that. Okay. That's it.
So
Okay, sir.
here,
Got
if
it.
flag is true, right? In the line number 8, if flag, it means the flag is true, right?
Line number 8. No, whatever the value of
If
flag at this particular point, that you have to consider. For the first case, flag equals to false, so value of flag is false. So you simply need to put what is the value of flag here, that is basically false. That's it. If false, then we
Sir,
don't
okay,
need to go with the
uh,
condition here.
for example, in the first like the first code, the first line of code, where we are just initializing the variables, if we at the place of flag we for example use a is equals to true, and then here we have used at the 8th if, and the bracket is a. So in that case, that would be treated as true itself, right?
Yes, true only. Yeah.
Okay,
If
sure, sir.
if
Got it.
no, if this condition didn't get executed, then only flag
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
true.
Okay,
Right?
sir. Okay.
Yeah.
So, according to my understanding, it should not be each word in a sentence, it should be the last word in the sentence because there is a full stop and then it's
Uh,
counting true. So, I don't understand why it's each word in a sentence.
no, what is the when the value of flag will get updated here? Whenever this condition become true, the flag will get updated to false here. Right? So we are checking this if condition for every word. We are checking this if condition for every word, and we are checking this particular condition, executing this one only whenever the word ending with a full stop. Okay, so we can
Right. So,
consider this.
sir,
So when if
uh,
flag is equal to false, then we can go further without checking X word ends with a full stop.
uh, Sorry,
Means
can you
if
repeat?
number count vowel is equal to count constant. Then we can go further without checking ends with full stop.
No, here we have to check for each and every word, we have to check this condition. So we have a sentence in our word data set. It was Monday morning. This is the first sentence. Here we have 4 words. It was Monday morning, and the corresponding letter count we have, that is number of letter in each word, right? So we are, what we are doing here, first row. So that is basically first word is it. For this word it, we are checking this entire condition. But here number of vowels and number of consonants are equal, that is 1. So 1 is not equals to 1, that is basically false. So we have not updated this one. Then again we'll check this condition. It ending with full stop, no. Then we'll not do anything here. We'll move that X, that is basically it in table 2. We'll go back to another iteration, next iteration. Next word is basically was. Again for the was, we are checking number of vowels and number of consonants are equal. Yes, here that is sorry. Here number of vowels is what? 1 and consonant is 2. So again this condition got satisfied here. 1 is not equals to 2. Now we are updating value of flag equals to false. Yes. Again we will check for was as well. Whether was ending with full stop? No. Again we'll go for a next word, that is Monday, like that. So for every word we are checking both the conditions here, right? And here we have a morning dot. So here again, this will be true, flag will be false. But here in the case of morning dot, this condition will become true now because morning ending with a full stop. And now whatever the value of flag will be, that we have to consider that is basically false here. Then we're incrementing the value of count here. Okay.
But sir, if it's the
Repeat
first
line number
letter,
19.
Yeah. Okay. Any doubt here first? I will go to line number 19.
Line number 19, sir.
Yeah. Is this bracket clear? This one?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
actually, I have doubt in line number 5.
Okay.
Sir, I have doubt that if like it's a complete sentence. So in this, we are talking about a complete sentence in which either there are equal number of consonant and vowel or not.
Not a sentence. We are considering each word here. First row X is basically a word. Okay. So
No, sir, in complete process.
no, here we are not applying for a sentence here. Here we are checking whether here what we are getting count. So this will increment whenever the word ending with full stop. So that will represent sentence. Anyway, we'll check both the condition for each and every word.
Okay, sir.
Right. So you can see here in common dataset folder, we have words PDF. Okay. Or in the exam, you will get this all dataset template like this. So you can see here we have words dataset, row number 0, word 8, part of speech pronoun, letter count 2, like that. Okay. So if you observe, this is the template you will be getting in the exam, and this is the actual data. Here you can see serial number. So whenever we say X, so basically indicate first word it. Then we are going for a next word was, then Monday, then morning, like that here. Okay, you can see morning ending with a full stop here.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Here, sir, in this sentence, it was Monday morning. We would not count according to this code.
Yeah, we are not going to count this sentence because in this sentence we have a word which don't have a vowels and consonant equal. Okay, like that. Let's say, for example, I have this word eat, eat. Then we have IITT. Okay, if we have these 3 words in the sentence, in that case, we can see 1 is not equals to 1. That is true. Again, 1 is not equals to 1. That is true. Again, number of vowels is 2. Number of consonant is 2. Again, that is not equal. Right. So in this case, flag is never going to become false because for all the 3 words, if condition is false, what if after this third word, double T, we have ending with the full stop. Now, in that case, the value of flag will be what? Whatever the value of flag initially we have, that is flag equals to true, that will get considered here. So value of count will get increment now. Okay, like that.
Sir, if flag is equal to true and words not ending with full stop, then we will increment count or not?
words not ending with full stop.
Sir,
In
can
that,
you put one word where vowels are not equal to consonants after it? So, sir,
yeah, it was,
then explain that condition. Yes, sir.
yeah.
Now,
If we put one more word here, it was, it, double it, then we are not going to count this particular sentence, because for this second word was, this will become true. So this will become execute and flag will set to false, right? In that case, we are not going to increment the value of count like that. Okay.
For was, we will not increment count.
Yeah, because in this case, number of vowels and consonant are not equal. So vowel is 1, consonant is 2. So this is basically a true. If this is true, then flag is basically false. Okay.
So, sir, for it, we will not increment count, right? It.
Count will
And sir,
increment.
for Monday.
Yeah. No. For Monday also you can see, for Monday this condition will become false, and again ending with a full stop. No. Go back. If Monday dot is there, then for that case again will be true, but the value of flag is false only. So we are not going to increment the
For
value of
Monday,
count.
it will, if condition will be flag will be true, because number of
No.
different.
Only two vowels we have. Here we have 4 consonant, right? So
sir,
not equal, that is true.
sir, after checking was, when we are going to check it, then what would happen?
Yeah. So let's say, for example, first we check for it. So this was true. Sorry, this is basically false. We didn't execute flag equals to false, not ending with full stop. Then we set for a was. If you go for a was, then you can see this condition becomes true. Now, if this condition is true, flag is set to false, again not ending with full stop. In next iteration, if we go for again it, in that case, what will happen? Again, this condition will become false, so we are not going to execute this one. But from the previous iteration, the value of flag is false only, right? So that we
Yes,
have to
sir. Now
consider.
I get it. Okay, thank you, sir.
Right? So in the
Sir, for
sentence, if any word is there in which number of vowels is not equal to number of consonant, we are not going to consider that particular sentence. Okay.
Sir, can you
Sir,
please give me an
in
example which fulfills fourth line?
Fourth line.
Yeah.
Yeah, this basically it. Na? Here we have number of vowels and number of consonant equal, right?
and sir, for wheat, it
Also
we will
cool,
increment
right?
count.
Huh?
Sir, for it we will increment count or not, because it is not ending with
Yeah.
full stop.
So we are not going to do anything with that. We go for a next word like that. Okay. So for example, cool,
Then
right?
the option will be wrong, na?
No, here we
Because
are
it is saying
executing for each sentence. It is not a sentence, now it is a word. We have to check for entire sentence here. It was Monday morning. We have one sentence. Swaminathan was reluctant to open his eyes, another sentence like that. Right? So here we are dealing with a sentence. Let's say, for example, I am saying it is cool. Okay. So we have two sentences. It is cool. It was cool. It is cool. And here we have it was cool. It was cool, and cool is ending with a full stop both here. Right. So for the first sentence, it is cool. It is basically what? One vowel, one consonant. So one is not equals to one. Not true. Right. So we'll not update the flag. It ending with full stop? No. Go for the next word. Is. Again, 1 is not equals to 1. Again, false. So again, we are not going to update a flag. Again, word is not ending with full stop. Again, go for next sentence. Next word is cool, but cool is ending with the full stop here. And cool is what? Number of vowels is 2. Number of consonant is also 2. So 2 here, 4 minus 2, again 2. Again, this is not true. We are not update flag to false. But here, cool ending with a full stop. Now we are entering this if block. What's the value of flag here? That is initial value, true, right? So this will be a true, and then we are going to increment the value of count. Okay, then count will be equals to 1. That's it. After this, when count is equals to 1, we are again reinitializing the value of false to what? True here, you can see. Okay? For the next sentence, we are initializing the value of flag to true. Okay, like that. Again, it was school. Again, for it not satisfied, but for a was it will get satisfied. Flag is set to false. And for it was school, this will be what? This will be false. So we are not going to consider in the count. Okay.
So, sir, basically, count is counting the number of words ending with a full stop. And
No.
Yes, sir.
No.
Not for sentence.
number of vowels equals to number of consonant. It should
No,
be.
no. Here count we have after this if statement, right? If we don't have if and then we have only count after this, then you can see number of sentences or number of word ending with full stop. That is
No,
basically
sir.
a count here.
He is saying number of sentences ending with full stop and has number
Yeah.
of vowels is equal to number of constant.
Yes, yes, yes. That was I'm saying.
Yeah, same option we got. The number of sentences equal number of vowels and consonant.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not
It's clear,
sentence.
sir.
It is ending with full stop word na.
So ending with full stop basically sentence only. Okay. So number of sentences like that, because whenever we are going for one by one, it was Monday morning, we are considering one sentence here. Okay. So try to solve this question. Okay. Good question. Okay. Tell me what count will represent here, or first tell me what. Okay. First tell me what count will represent, or we have B also here. So here we have count. Here we have B. Here we have A as well. So A, B, and count. So first tell me what A will represent, then what B will represent, and then what count will represent.
A
They
will
represent the
represent
maximum number
maximum
of
letter.
A will represent the letter count.
Maximum number of letter count.
A represent, so A will represent.
A is greater X, greater like. If the letter count is greater than A,
maximum
then
number.
A will be represented maximum number
Maximum
of
letter count.
Yeah, maximum letter count, right? Okay. What about B?
These words having same maximum number of words, maximum number of letters.
What? Which case?
B represents
If letter
the
count
maximum number of
If
those
letter count
those
is
words who
equal to
are
A.
A, letter count is equal to A, then B will
Okay.
represent
But
the
what
letter
B will
count of A.
represent?
A plus
No,
1.
B is basically what?
number of words.
Same as a
Number of words.
Number
Number of words.
number of words having maximum letter count. Can we say like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
if in
sir.
the entire data set we have, let's say for example, 10 is, sorry, 11 is maximum, right? The value of A will be 11. And then we are storing in B how many words we have with the letter count 11. It is still maximum letter count. So we can say number of words having maximum letter count. Any doubt in A and B? Anyone here?
No, sir.
Now what about count here? Tell me what count will represent now.
The number of sentences in which has at least
The
at
number of
least,
sentence having word greater number of words having greater than
Having what?
2.
Same.
Or equals to.
Sorry,
Same letter count.
number of words having
Okay.
there are two maximum
So-
number of the maximum number of words is greater than 2, and then we increment count.
So here B, we have something missing at the end. What is that? Number of words having maximum letter count, but after that something is there. What is that? Again,
Same
check
letter
for
count.
B. Check for this one. Okay. Check from 9 to 20. What is B? Number of words having maximum letter count, half sentence. After that, we have to add something. What is that?
At the end of the sentence, sir.
End of the sentence
End
or
with
what?
this.
What we can say?
In each sentence we
Huh.
want 2 words maximum length, 2 or more words with maximum length.
At least
Okay.
2 or more.
Great. So what we can say about B? Number of words having maximum letter count in a particular sentence. Whatever the sentence we are referring here in the while case, that will be considered. Okay. Can we say like this?
Yes,
Now
sir.
why I
Each
said
Yes, sir.
particular sentence? Because after every sentence, what we are doing here?
B is equal to 0 and count is equal to 1.
B is equals to 0, right? We are reinitializing the value of B here, right? Now tell me what count will represent.
If a sentence have more than two words or equal to two words which have maximum length, it will increment in count.
Maximum length, here we are saying longest word, okay?
Yeah.
Basically maximum length. So maximum length is basically longest word. Now tell me which one is correct.
Option B. Option B,
Number
at
of
least
sentence with
longest word.
at most two longest word. At most is basically what? Greater than or equals to, sorry, less than or equal to 2. But here we have greater than equals to 2. That is basically at least two longest word. Shortest word anyway not correct. So option B is correct here. Right?
Yes, sir.
Anyone, any doubt here?
How sentence?
Again sentence. Then a word ending with a full stop here, right?
Sir, here longest words mean represents a maximum, right?
Yeah, a word having maximum letter count. That is what longest word is.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Then we have, okay. I think someone asked this type of question in the previous sessions as well. Okay. Let's try to solve this question again. So here we have a sentence. So already we have a sentence having a word data set similar to that, and we're executing a code here. So what we have to consider, in every row we have one word like this. Okay. So tell me what we are doing here. So first tell me what this code is doing. Then we are going to apply to that particular data set.
If the first letter of the
So first letter is S and second letter is
of the
O.
word is S,
Mm-hmm.
And the
then we
second
are
letter is
incrementing.
O.
Is that correct? If the
We are
first letter of word
we,
is S and second letter is O, then we are incrementing.
we are
Except
just
for the
taking the
last.
first sentence up.
Last word of the sentence.
What about
Equals
this
O.
flag? Right? So we have to
And flag is
Taking only the first sentence.
Yes, sir.
is the
After
X letter with full stop. And the sentence is also ending.
One sentence is over, we are updating the flag to false. So
till
we're
here
taking
what
the
we are
first
doing.
sentence.
Yeah, we'll discuss. So we have a count, we have a flag, we have two variable. Table one has more rows. Read the first row X in table one. So basically, first row is basically first word surrounded. Second word is by nature, like that. So you don't need to go word by word. First, understand what the pseudocode is doing. Okay, then it is easy to answer. So here we are reading the first word. Then we are checking if first letter of the word is S and flag. What is the value of flag here initially?
True.
True. So first letter is S for that word and the flag is true. It means what? Entire condition is true. Then we are checking for a second condition. Is letter word is 0. Second letter is 0.
O, sir.
O, sir.
Sorry, O. Is this
No, sir, it's
true?
not O.
Right? Not true. So we are not going to increment the value of count here. That's it. Is word ending with full stop? No. So we are going for a next word here. So when this count will get increment, whenever the word starting with S, second letter O, and we have flag is equals to true. Now flag is getting false here whenever the word ending with a full stop. Means if we reach this point first, in that case flag will be set to false, and after that doesn't matter how many times we check this condition, flag is never going to become true, right? Because in entire pseudocode, flag is only reinitialized once, and in that code we are not uh, reinitializing the flag to true again. So it means what? So we are
So
checking.
count is equal to
So
2, sir.
yeah. So what we are checking here? Number of words starting with S and the second letter O in the first sentence. Can we say like that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why first sentence? Because after first sentence, whenever the word ends with full stop, flag will become false, and after that, this condition is never going to become true. Okay, so it is only for the first sentence here. So in that case, if you see number of words starting with S and O, no, no, no. So one word, second word. So answer is basically a 2 here. You can see, right?
Sir,
Okay.
there is a similar question in chat box, sir. Can you explain that also?
So there are different varieties of this type of question. We can change the condition here. I'm not able to
Sir,
get
why
the
not
question.
second and third sentence?
Because after first sentence, flag is going to become false, right?
Okay.
After the end of first sentence, flag is going to become false. And if you go for the next word also, this condition is never going to become true because here flag is basically false. Right? So this condition is going
If in the
to
question,
false only.
if in the question after the flag falls, after the bracket it says flag becomes true again, then we will check for the next sentence, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So let me write like this. Let's say, for example, here we have false, and here we have true. Now tell me what count will represent.
After the first sentence, sir.
Yeah,
It will
after the
consider
first
as
sentence.
After first sentence. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So this type of question we can change the flag or position of flag like that. Okay. So please try to attain. Okay. I think in the
So
chat
in that
someone has.
scenario,
Huh?
in that scenario that you change the true, the top flag in the first line to false, and
Yeah.
at the bottom, yeah, we're true. In the line 5, the flag here at the last, line 5. So this means that the flag should be true, or it will change according to the condition.
Yeah. So it will change.
Line
Okay.
5.
For the first sentence, if you consider uh, whenever you reach this word S, right? So whenever starting with S, but flag is false only. So doesn't matter which word you take for the first sentence, it is basically a false only, right? Entire condition will become false because we are using the and clause here. But the moment we reach words here, end of the sentence, so now the word ending with a full stop. Now here flag is set to true. Now if we go back for a while loop for the next sentence here, now flag is basically what? True here. So what this will give us number of words starting with S and 0 other than the first sentence. Okay. Because for the first sentence, flag was false only because we have reinitialized flag to false. After the first sentence, that flag becomes true, and then after that, we are executing this one. And you can see in the entire code, flag is never going to become false again. Okay.
For the
Sir,
third one, we'll check the third sentence as well,
Yeah.
or not?
Second and third as well. Yeah.
Okay.
sir, so in this condition, the value of count will come 0.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Sir, if we change the flag initially to false and then at the end to true, then the value of count will become 0.
No. It is counting number of words with yes or apart from the first sentence. So we have uh, any words SO? No, no words we have. Okay, great. In that case, count will be 0. Yes.
Okay, sir.
If I say you here, then tell me in that case we have words. Suggest, then we have sustain, then we have surely, then we have sunrise. So that will be a 4 words here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, tell me, okay, we'll see here. It is you. And here what I am saying, instead of writing the flag here, what we are doing here, I am doing true, and okay, no, we have to keep flag here only, and then here I am adding after this condition flag equals to what? False. Flag equals to what? False. Okay, no.
Only
Inside
checking the
this
first,
I will.
only checking the first word of every sentence, sir.
I'm adding before this curly braces, right?
Sir,
Inside
can we
this
give
if statement. So
flag equal
flag
to false after the while loop?
equals to false. Okay. Now tell me what this represent count. So here we have
Only
flag after this,
Sentence.
yeah, between 8 and
Now
9 like that.
we'll check only for the last word of the sentence.
Last word?
It is going to
first
check
word, sir.
sentence.
First word.
Last word of
Count
every
represent
sentence.
one, sir. Two, sir. Count will be two. Surrounded and surely.
So
It
here
will be
you can
checking
see,
the sentence.
huh? Yeah,
It will be
suppose
checking
in
the every sentence. Yeah.
every sentence,
Starting
yes.
with S and the second with yeah. You.
Correct. Yeah. So what we are doing here, initially flag is basically true. So first letter, let's say starting with S and flag is true. This is true. Again, letter of word is U. Here, second letter is U. Correct. We are increasing the value of count. Whenever if condition is true, we are setting flag equals to false. Okay. If condition is true, not both conditions is true. Okay. Remember this point. Now, in this case, what is happening? First word itself is SU. So we are going to increment the value of count. Now flag is becoming false here, right? Now if flag is false, now we'll go for a ending with full stop. No. Go for a next word. Next word anyway, not in starting with yes. What about this Suzanne? It will get counted or not? Tell me.
Not counted, sir.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Not counted, sir.
So this will not get considered because S is correct. What is the value of flag? It got updated to false, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is basically false. So we are not going to consider this word, right? Again, flag is basically a word, a false only, right? So this will become true only when ending with a full stop. So for this word, no, 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 no. Here, birds, again, bird is not starting with yes and you, so no need to check. But what about this if condition? Ending with a full stop, yes. Now flag is set to true here. Now if flag is set to true, again we'll go for a next word in the next sentence. Now tell me what about this particular sentence here?
Sir, it is checking the word
First word,
having
sir.
first letter
Rest
to be
if
SU.
you will be considering.
In
Yeah.
every sentence, we are checking
Every
the first
sentence.
word.
In every sentence, the first occurrence of yes will going to get considered, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No. See, that is why I have written the condition inside the if statement here. This is basically at between inside this if condition, okay? Now let's say for example, instead of suggest, let's say yes A here, okay? Yes A instead of SU. Now tell me for this what will happen? Yes,
Then it
is
will be
basically
not counted.
flag is basically false. No, yes, that is true. Yes, ending with a full stop. And flag is basically what? True, right? Now this is true, but we don't have O, we have A. This is basically false. We are not going to get counted here. But what about this flag? Flag will set to false, na? For the word starting with yes other than you,
Yes, sir.
right?
We set to false.
So again, it will set to false. So this will give us what? It will check the first occurrence of the word starting with yes as well as you. Okay, if any word starting with yes and other than you, then we are not going to consider any word from that particular sentence. Okay. Okay, I'm making it a little complicated, but I hope you understanding what we have discussed this just now, right?
Sir, what about the word savoring?
Where? This one.
Yeah.
Sir, when if condition, first letter X word is equal to X
No, this
and
is basically I am
X
saying
word
you.
is equal to A. When this will be true, then flag is equal to false, set to be.
So here I am saying yes A and here it is U only. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for this. It is U only. We are not changing it to A. But here S is basically this one. Flag is true. So we are not going to consider this word inside the count. But because of word starting with yes, here flag is becoming false. So that's it, right? So in the entire sentence, this is never going to become true. So that's it. So in this case, if we do like this, so this will get counted. Then in the next sentence, no, again this will get counted. So output will be true here, right? Now another case, I am just writing false here. Instead of that, I am writing it inside the second if here. Flag is basically a false. Now tell me what will happen. Now what you are saying that will be a correct. Hello?
It's
Yeah.
considering the first word, sir. First word which are having an occurrence S and O in every
So
sentence.
yeah, so first occurrence of SO in the every sentence that will be there. For SU, let's say for example, because we have more words with SU. So this will get considered, here this will get considered, and here this will get considered. Like that.
What about
Okay.
Susan, sir?
No, this will not
Not
get
by name.
considered because the moment we got one word starting with yes and U, flag is becoming false here, right? In
Okay.
the next word for the Susan, this flag is basically false, right? Like that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, means a general question means in somewhere else I was seeing about carrying a headphone to the exam center for audio-based question, but in the official document I cannot find anything. So for any audio question in English exam for the quiz one, do we
Yes,
need to
yes,
carry any?
yes. You can take the headphone with you. Okay, only wire headphones are allowed for the English paper.
This wired headphone, do we have to take?
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
What? Yes.
I have a question regarding all the questions in which the flag came. Okay. Initially, the flag is set true. Okay. And in the fifth sentence, it is written flag and the braces. So, what I will consider the flag as true or false? It will be true now.
Yeah. For the first sentence, value of flag is true, so that is true. Okay. But if you
Okay.
go,
And if in between of these two sentences, if a condition came and there it becomes flag equals to true, false. Then in the fifth sentence, what I will consider the flag as true or false. Like
so
in the
see
previous
whatever the
question,
value of here it was
like
false.
in
We
that
have mentioned,
previous
right?
question,
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
no, sir,
So
not in
whatever the
that
current
question. In
value
the
of flag
previous
will be
question,
the previous question. Okay.
dependent upon the previous flag, just the previous flag, right?
Yes. Yes. So this is what saying whatever the value of flag will be there at this particular point of time that you have to consider either true or false, right? Based on the previous iteration.
Um, if the initial condition will be true, that means in the first condition, if it is written as flag equals to false, then in the fifth sentence, I will consider flag is false, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever the current value of flag is there at that point, we have to consider. That's it. Okay.
And if in the first sentence flag equals to true, okay, and if in third or fourth sentence, if a condition is given and there the flag is equals to false, and in the fifth sentence, what I will consider the flag as true or false.
False only. Whatever the updated value of flag will be there.
Okay, the
Okay.
previous value only, right?
Yes, yes. Previous value only. Current value, previous value. Yeah.
Sir, as you explained
Okay.
in fourth question, it was cool. Example, it is cool. Can you explain, please, for the this or that is cool?
You can
In
try
this
now. This
sentence,
or
we
that
will
is cool, right?
consider. Yes, sir.
This or that is cool. This or cool. What is your sentence?
This is cool or that is cool. Anyone?
Okay. This is cool. You can try it. Okay. This is cool or that is cool, right? So here, anyway, in both the cases, we got equal number of consonant and vowel. But in the case of this, again, number of consonant and vowels are not equal. So again, flag is false. So we are not going to consider. Here also same thing. Again, we are not going to consider. So any word having different number of vowels and consonant, we are not going to consider that. Simple. Okay. Okay, so I hope this example is clear. Okay, so you can try. So one question is this one. The next question, what you can do, you can set this true, you can set this false. Next question. In another question, what you can do, you can put false condition after the first bracket, that is here. The next question you can put after this here. The next question you can put false condition here. Right? So that will be a different answer. Okay. Every time you will get a different answer. So please try to think what will happen if we put a flag here like that. So that will be a different variant of this particular question. If you see previous year question, we have done that like that only. Okay. Okay. Great. Let's move on to the next question here. Question number 7. Pseudo code is executed using word data set at the end of execution. A captures maximum word not count. Okay. So first read the question carefully. A captures what? Maximum letter count of word which is not noun. Maximum letter count of word which is not noun. So choose the correct code to implement the pseudocode. So first write down the requirement what we need to get here. Now tell me what about the first option here. Here we don't have anything, simply while loop. We are going through one by one for each word and we need to put the logic here. Which one is correct?
Is not correct.
So first one is
It
not
is
correct.
not correct.
Why it is not correct?
It
So
is equal
because
to noun.
it's comparing with a noun, whereas it should compare it with not a noun.
Okay. What about B?
Sir, B is also incorrect.
Not correct.
Why?
Yes,
So
sir.
not correct.
Letter count.
Not correct.
No.
So not
Incorrect.
correct.
What about D?
Sir, D is correct.
D is
Yes,
correct, right?
D is correct.
So D is
Not
correct.
noun and letter count also we are going to get the maximum here because for every word if we compare this, it will get updated like that. Okay. So
Yes.
option D is correct. I hope this is clear, right? Easy question. So you can also eliminate the option. Just read the statement. You can easily find out which option is not correct here. Okay. So but understand the question carefully. Read the statement carefully. Okay. Okay, what about question number 8? Again, here we have at the end of execution, capture the lowest chemistry marks scored by male. So we have lowest chemistry marks scored by male student from well low. So city, gender, subject, and some requirement here. Okay. Again, we have starting with 101 because we want lowest. Anyway, marks cannot be greater than 100. So starting with 101, that is correct. What we need to fill here? Similar type of question. What about option number A?
Sir,
Is
it
this
is
correct?
incorrect.
Not correct.
Why not correct?
Because X chemistry is greater than A.
It will give maximum marks.
Not maximum because here we have
we need
101. So anyway, this will not become
Yes,
true,
sir.
right? Option A is not correct. What about B?
Correct.
Sir,
So
B is
Correct.
B is correct.
Male student,
correct.
city Vellore.
Well,
Here we are
And
getting chemistry lowest marks. So this should be correct. Let's see. Do we have any other option? What about C?
Correct.
no,
How
sir,
this work?
incorrect.
No, sir.
maximum
No,
Correct.
sir.
It is condition.
It
No,
will
no,
get
not
the
Sir,
correct.
X
maximum.
chemistry is also
What
here
about
greater
D?
than A.
What about D?
It is correct.
It
correct.
is
Correct.
correct.
Is
It is
correct.
Not
also
equal to
correct,
F
sir.
means gender male, city Vellore, and this will make sure that we get the lowest marks. That's it. So option D is also correct. B and D. Okay. Any doubt in this question? Simple question.
No, sir.
No.
No,
Okay.
sir.
So let's see. Okay. Already you saw the answer. No worries. Now tell me, what about what we have to do? Sanity of data, right? So we have to deal with the structure of a data here, right? And it should be in correct format. We don't deal with the actual value. We don't need
Sir,
to
I
match
think
with
we
the
have
actual value.
done these type of questions early.
Yes, yes. In the week 1, we have this type of questions. Yeah. So tell me, what about row number 1? Is this correct or what? Do we have mistake?
Incorrect, sir.
Wrong.
Incorrect, sir.
Incorrect.
Why?
Incorrect,
Why
sir.
incorrect?
The row
Quantity
2
is
and row
So
2
5.
and
cost is
price 2.
220 and price is 220.
440.
Cannot
Yeah.
be same for.
What about row 2?
It is also incorrect.
Dairy, sir.
Incorrect.
So
It should be dairy.
Okay. So row 1, 2. What about 3?
It is correct.
correct.
What about
3 is
4?
4 is also okay.
Sir, correct.
Correct.
What about 5?
5 is not
Sir,
Incorrect,
correct.
incorrect.
sir.
Incorrect.
Why incorrect?
Sir,
Quantity is 1.5.
1.5 into
Ah.
1350
In
is not
shirts can
1025.
okay.
Quantity of shirt will be not 1.5.
Ah. Shirts cannot be 1.5, right? This
So
is
this
correct.
milk cannot be in the food category. It cannot be put in the food category. We need to check for the
It's a
dairy
fruits
here.
and food. Yeah, it's a dairy category. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see this data set, shopping bills. Okay. So here we have a shopping bills data set. What happened? Yeah. And you can just refer to any card here. You can see milk comes under dairy slash food, but there is fruit slash food, right? It is not a fruit, na. Dairy slash food. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's it. Simple question. So you need to check whether item is mapping to a correct category. Quantity into price must be cost, or quantity should give corresponding item also, right? So milk can be 1.5, that is fine. Chocolate also packaged food we cannot say 1.5, right? Shirt also like that. Okay. Okay, simple question. Okay, great. Good question. Tell me here what A and what count will represent. Both. What is A, what is count? Writing like this. What is A, what is count here?
A will represent.
Sir, A would be where the gender is female and mathematics marks are more than physics.
Either one. Yeah.
Either gender should be female or mathematics marks should be greater than physics. Then A
Either
will
gender.
increment.
Is this correct? Either, sorry, can you repeat?
Either gender or
Gender
mathematics
female
marks
or
is greater
mathematics
than
marks more than physics.
physics marks.
So you are saying either gender should be F or mathematics marks greater than physics marks, right?
Or can be
Yes, sir.
both.
But that can be for male
Both
as well.
also, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
So
count will represent gender male
no.
and
First tell me about A. First tell me about A. In
And
statement,
sir,
tell
also
me.
the male candidates who have
Ah,
marks more than physics and mathematics. Because
yes.
if the gender is
So
not female, it would be male either.
this will include what? All the female, even without satisfying this condition, right? All the female student, even though mathematics is greater than physics or not. This condition is true, that's it. So all the female student plus male student for which this condition is true, right? For whom this condition is true. Can I say
Mathematics
like
marks
this?
is greater than physics.
Yeah. So
For
all the
male.
female student plus male student for whom mathematics marks is greater than the physics marks, right?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
In
Yes.
okay. That is what what about count?
It
All the
will,
male
sir, if the
students
first
whose
condition gets
All
false,
male
then
students
count will be.
whose physics marks are greater than max.
Both male and female have a marks less than physics, math marks less than physics marks.
And equal
Sorry.
to.
Equal to also, correct. Yeah. So
Yes,
physics
equal to
marks
also.
less than or equal to mathematics marks, right? Not sorry.
No, sir.
Mathematics marks less than or equal to physics marks.
Yes.
So this will get increment when? This will get increment when?
If the gender is male as well, and or if the mathematics marks are less than or equal to physics.
Or condition will not be there. See, we are executing
Okay.
else block only when this condition become false, right?
Yes, sir.
Now when this or will become false?
When
both
mathematics
Both the
conditions
marks.
become
conditions fail.
false.
When gender is not.
When
When
both
gender is not.
conditions fail.
Yeah.
So this means gender is basically male, and this means what? Please mute. And mathematics marks less than equal to physics, right? So male having mathematics marks less than equals to physics is what count will indicate, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you see
Why are we
here,
considering and here instead of or?
no,
Because
we
in
are
the
saying
above
for,
sentence it says or.
yeah,
No,
because
no,
this
we
will
are
execute
taking opposite of if.
if,
That's
yes.
why we are considering and.
So this will be false, then only we are going to increment the value of count. Now this will become false when
Okay.
both conditions are false because of or condition. And here false means what? It will should be a male, and here false means what? Mathematics less than physics. So both conditions should get satisfied.
Okay.
Then
Then
only,
everything will go in that bucket, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes. So number of males having mathematics marks less than equal to physics marks. Let's see number of male student mathematics greater than equal to physics. Number of male student physics marks greater than equal to mathematics marks. What happened? Is this correct? Okay, physics marks we have. Okay, so first we have mentioned physics. So physics marks is basically what? Greater than or equal to mathematics marks. So option D is correct here. Okay. Any number of female we are not counting, so B is correct. Any doubt in this question?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
So why it is greater than or equal to or not only greater than?
Even the mathematics marks is equal to physics marks, in that also this will become false. Na? So we have to consider that criteria as well. Okay. Right. If we say greater than equals to physics, in that case only greater than will be there, not equal to, right? But here we have only greater than, that's it. Okay, great. Question number 14. So here we need to identify the mistake in the code. So in this type of questions, you have to read the statement carefully, and if any line which is not mentioned in the option, that is basically what? Correct only. So we have error only in this 4, 9 or 12. Apart from these 3 lines, we don't have any other error. Okay, this is what we have to consider. Okay, so identify all such mistakes if any. Only in these 3 lines there can be error. Otherwise, all the lines you have to consider to be correct. There might be possibility if you change line number 5, in that case there will be error in line number 4. No, you have to only check for 4, 9 and 12, considering all other lines are correct. Okay. Now, what is our requirement here? So library data set we have, and then we have published by the Penguin here. Okay. So number of books. A captures what? Number of books published by Penguin. Number of books, or is there written by the author Narayan? So author is Narayan, publisher is a Penguin. We need to find out number of books, and we have or condition here. If our requirement
Sir,
is,
error is in line 9.
let's see. So A0 we have more table. Then
So 4 and 9, right?
yeah, let's see. Okay, so read the first row. What about C equals to true? We don't know. We have to check the code as well. If publisher equals to Penguin, C equals to true. Okay, this is true. If author equals to Narayan, C equals to false. And if C, A equals to A plus 1. So we want to count number of books here. So this is correct. A equals to A plus 1. We have to count. When C is becoming true, now C should be true. Then only we can count the A. Can we say like this?
Yes, sir.
Now, when will C become true? For this condition, publisher should be Penguin or the author must be Narayan. For this condition, only C must be true. Now, what happens if publisher is not Penguin, but author is Narayan? In that case, the C will become false, right? But we have to count that also, no? That particular book. So, is line number 9 correct here? What
No.
should be here?
No, sir.
It should be
True,
true,
sir.
right? So because we have to consider or here, books written by author Narayan. If that is correct, so C should be true. And here we are saying C is true. So we are including the value of A here, right? That's it. Now, here we have mentioned or written by the author Narayan. Okay. Line number 9, we have a error. What about 12? Do we have error? We are counting number of books. No. So in the B, in the A
Sir,
also, okay. Hmm?
C, C is already true. Then
Sir, also
if
line 5,
the
line 4
fifth
is
and
incorrect.
ninth line are also not true, then also C is true. Then A gives A+1.
Yes. So this should be a false here. Because what happened, let's say for example, publisher is not Penguin and author is also not Narayan. In that case, both conditions will become false, but the value of C will be true, right? If we initialize with the true, so that will get counted. We don't want that particular book as well. So we have to make C to false. It means that even if the publisher is not Penguin, not Narayan, so we are not going to count that particular book here, which is our requirement, right? So C should be equals to false. So option A and B are correct here.
So what
Anyone,
doubt is
any doubt?
there?
Yes.
Sir, in line number 4, C is initialized to, we will initialize it to false, right? So
Hmm.
basically, I am asking the position of C. Can we put it in line number 4, or it is compulsory to put it in line number first only? Because in every code we see that initialization is at the starting of the code. Sir.
No. Here C is inside the while loop, right? It means
Okay, sir.
what? For every word, we are going to check this. If you put C here, only for the first iteration, this will be get considered. Otherwise, not, right?
Okay, sir. So means
Yeah.
if we put it in the first line, then we have to again put some code inside at the last, I think, last side of the code for reinitialization of count.
Yes, that
C
depends on the
C.
requirement. That depends on the requirement. Here,
So
for this
this
particular case,
both things are different, right, sir? Putting it
yes,
up
both
and
things are
down.
different. Yes, yes, both things are different.
Okay.
Sir, I
Okay.
have a doubt.
Huh?
In line 11, it is written that if C, then
Hmm.
how we know that if C is true, then we increment A+1. Why not
Hmm.
false?
If
Meaning of
condition,
C is true.
yeah, if whatever is there, that should be either true or false. That's it, right? If this is true, then we have to do this. Okay.
Then
So,
if we take C equals to false in the first fourth line, in the fourth
hmm.
line, then if C, then the 11th line, C became false now. Then will increment when C is false.
No, no. See, if we make C equals to false and if both conditions are false, right? It means what? We are not updating value of C. In that case, the value of C will be false. So here we have to consider false. But for example, let's say author is Narayan. In that case, C will be updated to true here. Now we have to consider the value of C to true here. Okay.
So then how we know that C will contain true, then A equals A+1. It is not mentioned here
No,
that
that is what
C
if condition
should be
is.
true.
If this entire condition is true, then only we have to execute. Okay. So whatever the expression we mention here inside the bracket after if statement, that should be either true or false. If it is true, then only we have to execute, right? So if we'll work like this, if we have a condition, okay, and then we are going to do something here. So if condition is true, then only we have to do this. Now it can be anything. It can be C, it can be flag, it can be C plus, C plus, A+1, it can be any expression, but the value of that should be either true or false. That's it. Okay.
So
So
if there is any question and if there is written if and something condition, then we will increment if that condition is true.
yes, we will include only the entire condition is true. Okay?
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
Sir, this type of questions are come in qualifier exam or
This
easy
is what
one.
we are discussing. This previous year paper only. Okay.
Oh, this is previous year paper. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, if there was, is there any requirement of line 4? If it is not there, then also it will work, na?
Then it will also consider the books whose publisher is not a Penguin as well as author.
Okay, sir.
Sir, what happens if we exchange line 5 and line 8?
Line 5 and line 8, nothing. Either you, because these both are different if statement. If you can write first or after this, doesn't matter, okay? Because both are independent if statement.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Great. Question number 12, last question here. So here we have a source data set, what count will represent. Okay. So we have count equals to 0. Pile 1 has more card. Read the top card X from pile 1, right? So here we have C equals to 0. Okay. If mathematics marks is less than 75, we're incrementing C. If physics marks less than 75, we're incrementing C. If chemistry marks is less than 75, we're incrementing C. And here you can see if C equals to 1, then only we're incrementing the value of a count here. Now tell me what count will represent.
So
Number
students with
of
having
students who
70 less than 75 in one subject.
Sorry, can you repeat?
yeah, exactly one subject.
Exactly one.
Number of a student
Mhm.
who has less than 75 in any one subject.
Yes. Number of students who got less than 75 marks in any one of the subject.
Yes.
Any one, right? Any one of the
Any
subject.
single subject, sir.
Yeah, any single subject, yes. Then that will be, then only C will be equals to 1, right? Let's say, for example, student got less than 75 in mathematics as well as physics. In that case, C will be 1 here, and here C will become 2, right? So in that case, this will not get considered. Okay, so C equals to 1 means what? We are checking whether the value of C is equals to 1. So C equals to 1. This is the Boolean expression. Output should be either true or false here, right? Like that. If I say C equals to 2, in that case,
In any two
So then
subjects,
count will not increase.
Sir, with a minimum of 2 subjects, if the
Should be
students are
at
scoring
least
less than.
not
So
at
it
least
becomes
2.
false and then count will not increase. And we'll go to the next card.
In any two subject, if marks is 75, then it will get increment, okay? At least means what? 2 or more than 2 also, right? So not at least 2 here. Any two subject. Okay. If we say 3, then
Sir,
all 3
does
subject.
pile and table mean same?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Does pile and table mean same?
Yes, yes. Pile and table means same. So basically, see, we have a cards, right? So we are storing the information of whatever is on the card in the format of table. Okay, we are saying that is table. So every card represent one row here, right? Pile means what? We are keeping the card one by one or other like that. Okay, it's a pile of a card. We can say stack here, right? We are keeping a card one by one like that, and we are picking one card. We are checking. We are moving to another pile. Again, we are picking. Again, we are checking another pile. So same thing. So we are going row by row or card by card. Okay. So in the case of table, we say table one has more row. In the case of pile, we say pile has more cards like that. Okay. So basically, we are dealing with one particular record. Okay. Great. So option is what? D here, number of students who score less than 75 in exactly one subject. Yes. Okay. Okay. Anyone, any doubt what we have discussed or any other doubt?
Sir, I have doubts
So,
from that mock test.
Okay. Any other doubt apart from mock test? Anyone?
excuse me, sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
And in the last question, we can also do at most one subject, right?
At most one subject, no. At most will include 0 also, right?
At
Yeah,
least
here we
one.
don't have 0, right? No. At
Okay.
most one, at least one, both are different. Exactly one also different, right? Like that.
So will
Okay.
flowcharts come in the quiz one?
Yeah, definitely. Week 1 to 4 entire.
Okay.
Okay, Varun, right? So which doubt in mock test?
So before that,
Will-
can you put
the ninth question of this. I lost my connection. I'll just take a screenshot.
Sorry, which question?
Ninth.
Ninth question. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
So you can refer to YouTube video. So it's live on YouTube. Okay, you can watch it anytime. Yeah. Okay. Good. So which question from mock test? Yes.
So question
Someone
number
asked.
2.
What about? Okay, question number 2 from mock test. Let me open the mock test.
The mock test here is not graded, right? In other subjects, statistics and maths, it's graded.
It's not graded, but you have to attempt it. Okay, attempt is we are going to consider.
Okay.
Graded is simply you cannot see the solution after submission, but in the case of practice, you can see the answer. That's it. That won't be the thing here. Okay, so let me go to the mock test. Question number, can you repeat?
Second, sir.
Question number second. Okay, let me share my screen. This question, okay. What do you have doubt in this question? This question, no?
Yes, sir. I have doubt regarding the option E and
We have 4 options. Okay, here E. Okay. So see, let's discuss this. We'll see. So here we have first 2 equals to 2 or 2 greater than 3. Is this valid, true or false? Yes, anyone?
Invalid, sir.
Invalid, because this is what a comparison here. We are comparing whether 2 is greater than 3 or not. What we are doing here? Nothing. We are not checking. Checking is basically 2 equals to 2. This is what comparison operator here. So or is there is a comparison output will be either true or false. Here the output is invalid, so that's why it's invalid expression here. What about B?
True.
True or false? Or invalid?
False,
He
false,
will be false, sir.
false.
So
He
2
will be
equals
Sorry,
to
false.
2.
Yeah,
This
and
is
True
true.
condition and false condition.
And 2 is not greater than 3, that is false. True and false is basically false. What is C?
false.
No, invalid.
again
Invalid.
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 Actually,
Invalid.
invalid. Yeah.
What about D?
Sir, here
False.
I have a
I
question,
think
sir.
invalid.
Sir, in certain languages,
I
I
think
think
it is invalid.
JavaScript, this will.
D is also invalid.
Yeah. D is also invalid because 2 plus 2 quotation. This is basically what integer data type. And here we have a string data type, or we can say character. So we cannot
So, but
do
we
any
can
operation.
add these two in Java.
Will it not concatenate?
No, here we cannot do like that. Okay, 2 plus 2 has. So if we do like this, 2 both are string, so that will become 22. Okay, if both are string, if both are numbers, then it will be 4.
Yeah, even that won't work in Java, I guess.
Because data types are different, na. If both are having strings, that will be 22. Okay.
So
Yeah.
we should assume that only same variable types can do operations with each other.
Yes. We can perform any arithmetic operation between integers only, right? So only integer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what
So
about greater than equal to operations
that is
between
also we can
non?
perform in the integer data type only.
Understood, sir.
Yeah. What about E 2 greater than equals to 2? Is this correct?
again invalid.
True, sir.
Invalid cases.
True, sir. True.
It is true, na? 2 is equals to true, right?
Yes, that's true.
So
True,
this
yes.
should be true. So
B
option is B, na? B is correct here. Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Any other doubt? So
So
please
question
try
number
to.
11, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Please try
here
to.
B is
Sir, here B is
9 and
false.
11, sir.
Yeah, okay. Here B is what? Can you repeat? Someone having doubt here in B? Hello? Okay.
Sir,
Question number
the
9.
question which we were discussing, sir, why was A is invalid and B was false?
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah. So here you can see A equal to 2. So equal to is basically assignment operator, right? And double 2 is what? Comparison operator here. So we are checking whether the value of 2 is equal to 2. So here either output will be true or false. Here also comparison operator, greater than, less than. Again we are comparing here. So both will have Boolean as the output. So and condition is there. So again Boolean output. But in the case of option number A, 2 greater than 3, it's a Boolean output. But 2 equal to 2, it's an invalid expression. It's an assignment operator, we are saying. Okay. That's why.
okay, sir.
Yeah. Question number 9, right?
Sir, could you please help with the question number
Yes,
2
sir.
again? Let's
Question
take the
number
question number 9 like again, and then like if you want to come again to, because sir, I just lost connection.
This question.
Sir, yeah, two only.
What is your doubt here?
So I didn't get this question. Like my answer is not correct. Could you please explain me the basic of it? Like what is the
No.
concept
Here
here?
we are checking what is about comparison operator, right? So we have greater than, less than, greater than equals to, less than equals to, not equals to, double equals to. This all are comparison operator, right? We can do comparison
Yes.
between the integer data type, right? And
Yeah.
we can use AND or operator here. But what about option number A? Here we have OR 2 greater than 3. So here we are comparing whether 2 greater than 3. No, it is false. So all comparison operator will give us Boolean output, either true or false, right? So this is
Yes.
false. But what about A 2 equal to 2? Nothing. Equal to means assignment operator,
Okay,
assigning
sir.
the value. So when we say A equal to 2, it means what? Value of A is 2. When we say A equal to 2, here we are checking whether the value of A is 2 or not, right?
Yes, sir.
Now what about B? 2 equal to 2? Yes, correct. But 2
True.
less than 2 greater than 3? False. So true and false is
Fine.
false. So this will be false. This will be
Okay, sir.
invalid. Again, this is
Okay.
invalid. Here, different data type, we cannot do any arithmetic operation. Again, this will be invalid. Okay, this will be true like that. Okay,
So E would be what?
this will
Invalid
be
or
true. No, true. 2 greater than or equal to 2, we are checking, right? So it's equal, na? Again,
but
comparison
sir,
operator.
the greater than thing did not pass the
No,
check
how we
mark.
read
Like
this? 2 greater than
mhm.
or equal to sign, right?
Okay,
Or
sir.
is there,
Okay,
na?
got it. Got it.
Like
Thank you.
question number 9. Okay, what is your doubt? Who asked this question? Just anyone?
Yes, sir. I'm not able to understand how the B value is getting updated. I thought it is always 1 because in the second and in line number 9 we are equating to 1. So I thought it will be always 1. But the correct answer is different, sir. So can you please explain how B is getting
Okay.
updated?
So here we have what is A and B, both are 0 initially. Font size is fine, right? I'm not able to zoom this. You're able to see the code, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
A0, B0, both are 0. Table 1 has more rows. Read the first row. What we are doing here, if x dot pages equals to A, but here A is 0, so not true initially. Pages will be have some value. Okay. What we are checking here, if x dot pages greater than A, and we are storing in A x dot pages, and A is initialized with 0, so what A will indicate at the last from this expression? Tell me.
The number of books, number of pages in the current row.
Yeah, after
If
executing all the things. Let's forget we don't have this as well as this. Just tell me what A will represent.
every row it is updating, right, sir? Because
Yes,
it is
every row it is updating. Yes.
Maximum number of pages.
Maximum number of
Yes.
pages for
So we are checking for each and every row. We are comparing whether the pages is greater than the previous maximum or not, what we have stored. So in
Yes,
this
sir.
way, we are going to get A is basically what? Maximum number of pages.
Pages, yes.
Right? Now let's see here. Now A is maximum number of pages, and every time when we're updating this, we're also doing B equals to 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's say, for example, we have 5 books. Okay. So we have book number, we have pages here, and that is only required, I guess. Yeah. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 200, 300 pages, 150 pages, 250 pages, 300. Okay. Now, for the first, now you understand what A will store, right? Now see here. Let me use a different color. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So here the value of B is 1. Okay. So here value at for the first book, value of A is 200, B is 1, right? Hello.
Yes,
If we
sir.
go for
Yes,
a
sir, you're
next
audible.
if we go for a next iteration, again we are checking pages equals to A, 300 not equals to 200. No. Again we are comparing 300 and 200. Yes, this will be 300. Value will be B equals to 1. Again we are checking 150 equal to 300. No. 300 and 150. No, not true. So we'll not execute anything. Go for next, that is fourth book, 250. Not satisfying. Not satisfying. Again go for a next book. Now tell me what will happen.
So this is just yes, sir. This is going to find a number of books have which have the largest number of pages.
So here if I go for a next iteration, pages is 300, which is equals to a maximum number of pages, 300 as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Then we are going to increment the value of B to B plus 1. So B is going to store number of books with maximum number of pages. Is it like that? Let me check. What B will store? Number of books with maximum number of pages. Is B is the correct option?
Yes.
And A will store maximum number of pages across all books. Yeah. Yeah. Who has this question? Is this clear now?
Yes, sir. A is clear, but B, please, sir.
No, BC. Let's consider for example, we have 2 books with the same maximum number of pages here, 300, 300. In that case, what will happen? 300 pages, because till this point, the value of A will be 300, here also 300, 300, because it is not updated. But at this particular point, what will happen? If we go for a next row, 300 equals to 300, yes. Then we are increment value of B. So we are counting how many books we have with the maximum number of pages here, right? That is what B here. So consider for this scenario as well. If you don't consider this scenario, then the value of B will be 1, right? But
Okay.
what if we have books with, so that's why I read the options carefully, and you have to think whether this will be possible or not. If it is possible, in which case this can be possible.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I understood. Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Now,
In
if
second
there is
question,
another, sir, if
hello.
there is another book having more than 300 pages,
yeah, having more than 300, let's say for example 400, and only one book is there, in that case B will be a 1. But still it is representing number of books with maximum number of pages, right? That is what 1, right?
yes,
It
sir.
is always 1, not a correct number of books. There is only one book having maximum number of pages, that is correct, na? Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
So question
Sir,
number
in
2.
question
The
number
question
2,
number 13.
Wait,
if
wait.
option E will be 2 is equal to 2, then what will be the answer?
2 equals to 2. That is invalid, na? Already invalid expression. We are assigning this one, right? This invalid. This is valid. We are checking. Okay, comparison operator. So this will be a 2.
Only we have to compare the integer or
Yes. The comparison only integer data type. Okay. So this is what we have discussed in the first week itself. Subtype we have, and what option we can perform, what option we cannot perform. In that we have discussed this.
Sir, here B is giving total number of books. Sir, then how? Means B is
Not total
equal to
number
1.
of books. Number of books with maximum number of pages, right? If we have one book, that is 400, having maximum number of pages, it's one number of book. If we have two books having 400, in that case, it will be two. Okay, like that. So number of books with maximum
Okay,
number of
sir.
pages.
Okay, sir.
Okay, any other doubt from 10, 11, 12, 13,
The
anyone?
11 questions, sir.
13.
13.
Yes,
11,
sir.
sir.
11th
Okay,
one.
first I will take 11, then 13. Okay. Yeah. So here we have A, author has been written by the book. Okay, what is your doubt here? Yes, anyone?
Sir, complete pseudocode.
Okay. So here we
For,
have
for example, if the year is 1995, it will in C also the year will store, in D also the same year will be stored. Then how we will do C minus D? I'm not understanding, sir. Can you please explain it?
no, you don't have to do that, right? For the that current thing. See, here we have do something A and B. What is A? Author. Okay. What is B? Positive integer value. We don't know, but it is a positive integer value. It is basically a positive value, and here it is basically a author. Now, C, we have 1900, D, we have this one. While table 1 has more rows, read the first row. If author equals to A. For this particular author only, we are doing this one, right? If author is A, what we are doing, X dot year. So let's say, for example, we have author A, A, A. Year is what? 1800, 1995, 200, so 2000, again let's say 2025. So we have four books with the author A, because even if the author name is different, this condition will become false and we are not doing anything with that, right? So let's take this example now. See, author is A, that is correct. What about X dot year? For the first one, 1800. 1800 greater than C, is that correct? No. Is 1800 less than D, is that correct?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
The value of D will be what? 1800 here, right? Now, after this, the value of C will be what? 1900 only, right? Because it didn't get updated, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, we'll move that to another table. So, we have moved that to another table. Here we have a while loop. We don't have to go to if statement. We have to go to a next row here. That is A. Again, now compare. What about first if condition? Is this true? Whether 1995 greater than 1900?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
If that is true, then we are going to update it to what? 1995. What about this? Is 1995 less than
No, sir.
1800?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Less than.
No. Less than 1800? No, right?
No, sir. It is D is 2000, right?
D is
D is
greater.
1800 only.
No, sir. C is
D,
1800. D is 2022, right? We are not update.
no, from the previous iteration when A was 1800, so
Yeah.
1800 less than 2022, right? This was true. So why? That's why we update D to 1800, right?
So if 1995 is in first row, what will happen, sir?
If 1995 in first row, so
Yeah.
you can see here 1995 greater than 1900. Yes, we'll update this to. Again, we'll check 1995 greater than 2022. Yes. Again, here D value will be 1995. Okay.
Yes.
So both the value of D will 1995. But we have to go for a next iteration here. We don't have to go here. Right?
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So here we have while loop. Now, this is similar what we have discussed. We have greater than symbol, we have less than symbol. Here D is maximum initialized, here C is minimum initialized, right? So what C and D will give us? Tell me now.
So
Year wise.
should be the minimum value, and C is
Minimum
the
value. So we
maximum
can see lowest
year
year.
value.
Which D will give minimum, right? C will give
Yes, sir.
maximum,
So
right?
D will give the minimum
C will
year
give
value
max
and C
value.
will give maximum year value.
Yeah. So let's say here we are dealing with 2020. So we'll just say 21 here. Okay. So at the end of execution, the value of C will be what? 2021 maximum, right?
Yes, sir.
At the end of execution, year will be what? 1800 D minimum, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, so when we go for a next iteration, we don't have any other row, so we'll exit the while loop. Now, then only we are going to come to line number 15. What is C minus D here? Greater than equals to B here. Then only it is going to return true.
221.
No, so 221 get minus 1800. So we are not interested in the value here. So what we can say is this means
The
what?
range should be greater than the value we have supplied to the procedure in B. Then it will
So
return
do we
true.
know the value of B?
No, B is any positive value. Okay.
So if we assume B is 2000, then
Hmm.
over here it will return
False.
false.
B 2000.
No, sir, sir. Here the
No,
B will
B.
return true, sir. So because if B is
No,
wait,
no. B is any positive integer. We don't know what's the value of B. Don't assume 2000, 3000, nothing. Just a positive
yes, sir.
integer. We don't know what is that. Okay. So what we are trying to say here, B is basically what? B is the first book published in the entire data set. Can we say like that? First.
Yes, sir.
C is basically what? Last book published. Can we say like this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right. Now, if the difference between the book published by the author in the last difference between first and last book is positive, right? Means there is some difference. In that case, only we are output is true. If let's say, for example, I am author and I am publishing book in 2025, only one book is there. This is my first and last as well. In that case, this will be what? Zero, right? That will become false, right? Are you getting my point? If I just
Yes, sir.
publish one book, so that will be my first and last book only, right? If I just publish one book. In that case, C minus D will give me 0. So that condition will become false. So if you see the options here, what about output will be true if and only if second book of author, we are not dealing with second, third, only first and last. That's it. If the last book of author was published at least B years after their first book as published. Now read the statement here, what we are saying here. Okay. We are not dealing with second book, so this option also gone. So we are left with option B and D here. So this will be true if the last book of author was published at least B years. Now when I say C minus B, what is, sorry, C minus D, how many years? 1800 is too much. Let's take any near, let's say 2000 here. Okay. So 2000. So 21 years before we have published the book, first book, right? So author, last book of author was published 20 years after the first book was published. No, author, last book of author was published at least 20 years before their first book was published. Now tell me which one is correct.
So the D option.
Last
D
option.
option.
B
So
option.
last book of author, which is basically what? 2021 was published 21 years before their first book was published. Right? So this
Yes.
is what we are saying. So what's the correct option here? Let me check. After first book was published. Yeah, option B should be correct here, right? So what we are saying, last book of author, that is 2021, was published at least 21 years after the first book was published. That is correct, na? After 21 years, he has published the last book. Because we are saying is 2000 here. Let's say, for example. Okay. So, any doubt now? Anyone? So try to solve this question again. Okay. Next is question number 13, right? Who asked that doubt? Question number 13. Yes, tell me what is your doubt?
Then I am not able to understand the question.
We have discussed similar type of questions in the just now, right? So see, pseudocode executing A captures number of sentences. Sentences means what? Ending with full stop, right? With at least two nouns. At least two nouns are there that have at most two vowels. Okay. So then we have to identify the mistake here. So we have A0, C0. Okay. We'll see. Let's how many 5, 9, 10, 20, 21, 24. Okay. 5, 9, 10. Okay. So here you can see. Okay. Do you understand the requirement first here?
Yes, sir.
We need to find out such sentences. Please mute. In which we have two nouns, and in that two nouns, at least two nouns, we have at most two vowels. Please mute. Okay. Okay, great. So here you can see now, if part of speech equals to noun and count vowel is less than equals to 2. Now this should give me number of vowels in that particular word, right? Now let's go whether this is giving us number of vowels in that particular word. Check. So we are here, we have 21, 20, 21, 24. Okay. Check, is this correct? Procedure is correct? Is this
Yes,
giving us
B
number
will
of,
give the number of vowels.
if I take this as, let's say, for example, was as input. So bi equals to 1, b equals to 0. So I letter of the word is basically 3. So first letter is W is a vowel. No. Then, is this correct?
Yes,
Yes,
A
anyone?
will give
I should
plus
come
1,
out.
so it will return 1 in
What will
was.
return 1?
So this
I is
procedure will
equal to I
return
plus
1
1
for
should
was.
be outside this if block.
Yes. I should be outside this if block here. Okay. Because if W is not a vowel, so we are going for a next while, but here again I is 1 only, right? And letter count is 3. So we are going into infinite loop. We will never come out of this loop, right? So I should be outside the if statement here. If first letter is W, if it is not a vowel, then we are going to increment the value of I equals to I plus 1, that is 2. And we are going to less than 3. Then we are going for second word like that. Okay. So here line number 21 has an error. Anyone, any doubt here? Line number 21 is basically what I update in the wrong place. Yes. Okay. So that's it. Now this will give us number of vowels. Is this okay?
Yes,
Who
sir.
asked this doubt? Okay, great. Now here we got this one vowels. Here we got noun. What is C here? Number of word having part of speech noun, and the number of nouns having at most two vowels.
Sir,
So
excuse me.
see, yes,
Sir, I have a doubt.
yes.
Sir, in week 4 and in week 3 graded assignment.
No. Wait. Let me complete this question first.
No, sir,
Okay.
it's casual ask. I'm not asking for your solution.
Okay. First, let me complete this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So here you can see part of speech is noun, count vowel is less than or equals to 2. It means what number of vowels is at least 2. Okay, at least 2 noun we are saying. Is this correct or what? At most 2 vowels, yes. So here we are
Yes, sir, it
discussing,
is correct.
yeah, number of nouns with at most 2 vowels, that is correct, right? But here what we are checking, ending with a full stop. C is what number of noun with at most 2 vowels. And if C is greater than Equal to sign is there. Greater than equal to 2 means what? We are checking that list noun, right? So is this correct? At least 2 noun, then we are incrementing the value of A. That is correct. But what about C here? Is this a correct way to update? No. So we have to update outside that particular if statement here as well. So this should be here. Okay. These are the two mistakes in the code. Any doubt here now? Okay. Who asked this question? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Great.
But
Okay. Any other
if
doubt?
we, one question, sir, here. So if we
Yes.
update C equal to 0 outside, then in the while loop, if once it has done the part of speech thing, calculation, when it goes out of the while loop and then it checks if the word ends with a full stop, if it doesn't end with a full stop, it will go and then see that C is equal to 0 and then repeat.
Yeah, because for every sentence we want to initialize C equals to 0, na? This is what we are doing here. After every sentence, we are initializing C equals to 0 to count the number of words in that sentence.
Sir, my doubt is that at line number 4 there is a end condition, and at line number 8 that is violating because C is greater than or equal to 2, and at line number 4 count vowels are less than 2 or equal to 2.
No, here we have counting number of vowels. Here C is what? The number of words having part of speech and at most 2 vowels. That is what C is. C is representing number of words having part of speech noun, right? This is basically number of vowels in that particular word.
Okay,
Both are
sir.
different here.
So at line number 8 there are total words, total nouns, which okay.
Yeah, total noun. C representing noun here, right? So we're
Yes,
dealing with
sir.
the noun. Yeah.
Okay.
At least 2 noun. Okay. Great. So this is from the mock test. Please try to attempt the mock test. In the Saturday session, we'll be discussing the any doubt if you have from the mock test. Okay. So tomorrow we don't have session. Tomorrow we have TA session, and Saturday 6 to 8 we'll be having the doubt session or revision session again. Okay. Yes. Someone is having doubt in week 3, 4. Anyone?
Yes, sir, me.
Yes. Tell me.
So in week 3 and week 4, some of the questions are too high levels. We can't understand and we don't find any solution. So that type of questions are come in greater that type of questions are come in qualifier or not, or easy
Yes.
questions came in qualifier.
No. You have to solve all the PA, GA, and mock tests. So that's it, right? So
Okay,
all
so
the types
means
of question you can expect.
high levels questions are come in qualifier.
Yes. Every
Okay,
questions
sir.
are easy in that week 3, week 4. I didn't see any difficult question there. Okay. So check it. Okay. Okay. Great. So solution. We have a solution also, na, here. We can see the solution also inside the supplementary content, I guess.
So while I was joining the class, you were saying about earphone for English exam, sir. Is it allowed or what you said? Network issue. I couldn't hear that properly, sir.
No,
Is it allowed?
English team, uh, they said that if that headphones are required, right? They have mentioned that.
No, because some of the graded assignment we need earphone. So separate
Yeah.
it. Nothing is mentioned in the hall ticket also. I mean in the admit code also nothing is mentioned.
Yeah, so it depends if they are putting the questions based on that, so it is required. So I know like few times they put the question, so you require the wired headphone. Okay, only wired headphones are allowed. So better to keep with you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But please confirm with the English team once. Okay, it depends.
Okay, sir.
If they
Okay,
are
sir.
not putting this type of questions nowadays, then it is not required. But previously they used to have the questions. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night. All the best for the quiz one qualifier. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir.